And again, this is something that is very important in your business, and that's mindset. You have to go into it that you're going to find products. If you are online and saying, oh, I'm not going to find anything, or if you're in a store, then you're not. And so mindset is very important. And so to me, it's kind of like a game, like, okay, what deals am I going to find today? And you just have to commit. And in the beginning, I hear, I'm not finding any products. I don't know where to start. You just have to commit and be systematic in your sourcing. If you're sourcing online, you start with a category, and then you literally look at every product in that category. And you can't jump around. You have to evaluate every product, because those products that you might want to skip because who's really going to buy that are probably the ones that are going to sell quickly. And that was the hardest part for me when I originally began this journey, was taking that personal thought of, oh, who's going to buy this, or no one's going to buy this type thing out of the equation, and learning to look only at data. And that's what it comes down to, is the data. And so you have to be systematic in your sourcing and literally look at every product in a category page, or every item on an aisle if you're in store.
I've heard you say that. Get out of the clearance aisle.
Yes. The clearance aisle, Brian, is really a place we have members start because they don't know where to start. So we're saying start in clearance. Look for those quick wins. But items that you find in the clearance aisle are going to be one-offs. They're not going to be those products that you can replenish and send in several times. So if you're looking for a place to start, absolutely start in the clearance aisle. But once you've sent in your first shipment or two, get out of the clearance aisle and start looking in the normal everyday aisles.
And what do you scan in those aisles?
Everything. You literally scan everything. And that's where you are going to find products that you can send in time and time again. You want to look for those everyday products at the normal store everyday price that you can make a profit with on Amazon, and they're out there. It's just finding them.
This would be a good time, and I finally got all the people up here. Josie Shepard, one of our certified coaches and trainers, saying excellent tips and advice on how to be successful. This would be a great time to enter in any questions that you might have for Candida. Erin's here saying, oh yeah, you can do both, but you have to have the pro account for FBA if you always, so you can always sell FBM anytime you want to. What is Erin saying about that, about the pro account?
He was replying to someone's question. Oh, Krista said, I didn't realize we could do FBM if we're doing FBA. So FBM is fulfilled by merchant. FBA means fulfilled by Amazon. And you can do both fulfilled by merchant and fulfilled by Amazon. And so one of my tips is if you have products coming, you're not using a prep center, and you're waiting for more to come in, go ahead and list those products fulfilled by merchant. See if you can get any sales while you're waiting to get that shipment into Amazon.
And if you bought a lot, you can send in half of them now if you want to FBA. You save a little bit on storage fees. And you can also have an FBM listing at the same time if you want to do that.
Yes. And that's really a good way to take advantage of both the RA sale, or the FBA sales, and the FBM sales. And you'll see a lot of that, especially during Q4.
So I may be pronouncing this wrong, but I think it's Shri is asking your favorite stores for retail arbitrage.
Well, I live in a small town, so I basically have a super Walmart, and I have to drive anywhere from an hour to 5 hours to source. But really, Walmart is a good one. You know, Target is a good one. The big box stores are really some good stores to get going. And so just kind of, I do a lot of OA. Every once in a while I do RA, and that was kind of this weekend, Brian. I had not been into a store scanning in months. And so when we stopped, it was just kind of natural to scan. And then I, found this really great product. And I actually sent my husband a text message and said, man, I really miss doing the RA part of this. Yeah. And so, if you have local stores that are opened up and you feel comfortable going out, you can get some really good deals in stores. You can make some really great relationships. When you live in a small town, you really have to take advantage of online arbitrage. And I look at all of the big box stores. I look at, some of the little hidden gems as well. So it's not that it's one store in particular. It's just spending time in all of the stores and kind of getting to know the stores.
So how well do you know some of those stores? In other words, do you have a routine for online arbitrage where you have particular stores at particular times, perhaps? Do you have routines around online arbitrage?
I know that most stores, their sales change every Sunday, except grocery stores. The grocery stores, they change on Wednesdays. And so if there's a grocery product that I'm selling a lot of, then Wednesdays I want to start looking to see what's on sale at the grocery store. I shop a lot of drugstores. I love playing the Walgreens CVS cashback game. I've been doing that game for years. And so those are the stores I check out on Sundays. What's on sale? What cashback are they offering? What type of deals do they have? And so you learn to check the store's cyclical sales. Stores are cyclical. The sales are going to come back around. And once you've been doing this long enough, you're going to know what brands go on sale what weeks of the month.
And so Walgreens, CVS, those stores, you're seeing the same brands there all the time, aren't you?
Yes. And I know that, on this week, these brands go on sale. This week, these brands go on sale. So if that's one of my replenishable items, then I can make a note on my calendar, hey, you need to look at a replen order for this on this date. The sale's going to change. And so it's really just being mindful of what you're ordering, when you're ordering it, and kind of watching the sales.
If you've employed a VA to source products for you, do online sourcing, what kind of instruction would you give them about setting up routines?
Well, with them, we're going to be talking about what stores I want scans looked at. I want them running scans for this store on like Sunday or Monday would be like the Walgreens, the CVS ads. On Tuesday, it would be the Target ad. On Wednesday, it's certain stores. Because another thing with my VAs is they know that I want enough products from one store that I'm going to get free shipping. I don't want to pay shipping from a store. And so that's one of those things that my VAs know about me. And so I want them sourcing a store. I don't want a list coming with items from several different stores. I like my list with one store a day, where that way I can take advantage of that store and move on to another. Everyone does it differently. And so you have to find what works for you.
Any other VA tips?
With your VAs, just be, how do you say this? You need to know what you want first before they can deliver what they want. So you knowing what your minimum ROI is you're looking for, letting them know, giving them limited access to your account so they can see what you can and cannot sell. Letting them know up front, though, if you're restricted in toys, I would tell them, hey, don't spend time in the toy category. So knowing what categories you can sell in will help as well. You want to just give them as much direction as you can for them to be successful.
It used to be said if you're not online, you're not in business. That's from like 15 years ago. All right. Now it's that if you're not on Amazon, you're not in business.
Regardless of that big dream, you've got to build a foundation. You have to have a business that has cash flow.
You need more cash? Go out and source some more. Shove those products into Amazon. What's going to spit out the other end is profit. It's that simple, isn't it?
Then they start looking at it as, this really is a system. So how can I add more to my system? How can I start to scale this?
That's why this is so integral, each pillar leading up sequentially to that long-term reliable business.
These are the real assets then that somebody who wants to buy a business, this is what they look for.
This is the brand launcher, the career launcher, the income launcher. It's a beautiful thing. And I know you're going to love what this can do for you. You're going to get a vision. You're going to get a vision to grow your business, to sell it for a profit, kind of show your pals, your friends, your family.
Yes, you can make $1 million just selling on Amazon alone.